All right. I don't know where to go with this one, guys. There is so much in this game that I want to sit here and be happy about because there are so many guys on this team who played so good today and worked their behinds off to get this win, to get a big road win, to set this season on the right course and get us thinking about Super Bowl again. And there are people on this team who blew it and makes it so I have to sit here and I can't even be happy about the fact that we played so well for parts of this game. And I don't know where to go with this one. Overtime loss, second overtime loss in a row after winning like 5 or 6 overtime games in a row under Wilson. In my opinion, independent of stakes, independent of what how important the game was, this was probably the worst loss of the Pete Carroll era. I mean, you got a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. Uh, uh so yeah, I don't know where to go with this one. The team played so good for basically the first 3 quarters, did so many things right. And I was thinking, I'm going to get on here. I'm going to talk about how great these guys are playing, about how good things are going, about how many players we got who are just giving it all as we try to get through this season. And I can't do it now. So, let's start with the defense because that's the worst. I mean, we gave up 17 fourth quarter points. We had a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, gave it away. Um, the pass rush wilted at the end of the game there. As the game went on, we got less and less pressure on Andy Dalton, and he picked us apart as the game went on. Um, Cam Chancellor played one of the worst games I've ever seen him play in my life. Um, Kerry Williams had a bad game. Kerry Williams has had a great start to this season. I think he's played great the first 4 games, but today he was bad. He got the short end of it on 2, ticky-tack pass interference calls, but they weren't bad calls. I'm not going to sit here and say they were just flat out like the wrong call. They probably were, but obviously that skews things a little bit. But he had a bad game. Um, but mainly the anger goes to Cam because he made so many mistakes out there today and was the main culprit behind the Bengals scoring as much as they did in this fourth quarter. And there's nothing to say for those guys right now other than they need to earn their respect back right now because they don't have any right now. You can go back, look at the last few games we played. NFC Championship game against the Packers, they gave up the game-tying field goal. Super Bowl, they gave up the game-winning touchdown. Week 1 against the Rams, game-tying touchdown with 2 minutes left, less than a minute left. Packers, we gave up a couple drives in the fourth quarter. Lions gave up the 90-yard drive and prevented that loss from happening by a yard. And today's the worst. So yeah, this defense has a lot of players playing good. Earl played a great game. It wasn't just the pick, it was other plays too. Bennett had an early offsides penalty and committed a stupid personal foul penalty that might have taken 4 points off the board. Could have used those 4 points a little later, Bennett, but he was destructive throughout the game for a good portion of it. Jordan Hill went out with an injury. But before the injury, I thought he was doing good. The linebackers played good. We got a lot of players on this team who are doing their job and playing so well, but a couple of guys missing plays, missing the opportunity to make plays, cancels it all out. And the offense. They played so much better than I thought they were going to play today. Thomas Rawls had an incredible game. Not just the long touchdown. It was the plays before that, too. You take that long run out, he's still averaging close to 5 yards a pop. Fred Jackson made a couple of nice catches out of the backfield. I was happy with what he did. Jermaine Kearse has been having a good season so far. He had a good game today. Doug Baldwin had a huge play. Tyler Lockett had a couple catches that were big. Jimmy Graham, still not as big a part of the offense as he would like, but he had a few catches. He helped us, set up a field goal. But in that fourth quarter, all we needed to do was pick up a couple more first downs, and that game's over. And 3 and out, 5 and out, 3 and out, 5 and out, 3 and out, 5 and out. Nothing going on in that fourth quarter and that overtime. They had chance after chance, and something needs to change. I don't know what it is. We complain about play calling a lot, and I'll do it again. The play calling seems like it's not where it should be. I feel like on some of these, the third and shorts are brutal. Well, this team cannot convert on third and short. They have no idea what they're doing. They're afraid to run the ball. They're not running the right plays on when they run passes. And if we had just picked up, one or two more third downs in this game, then I think we handle it and we get that win. But I'm just really frustrated right now. This defense, they beat their chest, they pound their chest about how great they are. They talk about how they're the best defense in the league. They put up all these great numbers, but this is supposed to be a team that kicks into gear in the second half. And so far this year, they've done the opposite. I mean, the defense, to give up 17 fourth quarter points and blow that lead. I know the offense wasn't helping. I know it's all connected, believe me. If the defense gets some stops, the offense is off the hook. If the offense gets some first downs, the defense is off the hook. I know all that, but it's not good. And I went into this game expecting to lose. So the season, I'm not going to say the season's over. I'm not going to say the season is shot. This was a chance to get a leg up, and we blew it. And I'm not somebody who gets on camera and yells and rants and raves about everything I hate, or at least not too demonstratively. I try to keep a cool head about things. I try to keep things in perspective, but I'm a little hotter than I am today. A little hotter today than I am usually, just because Wilson, other than the pick, played a good game. He threw a bad pick to Jimmy Graham in the red zone. Could have used those points, but that ended up not mattering because we got points so quickly after that. Thomas Rawls had an incredible game, and it's wasted now. I mean, who even cares about what he did now? You may as well throw it away. Earl Thomas gets the first pick of the season for the team. Michael Bennett forces a fumble. And I just hate to see all these great plays and great things by this team get wasted because a couple of guys just aren't doing their job. And I know Cam Chancellor's king of Seattle right now after what he did last week, but he blew it big time today. And I think he needs to be called out. Even though Bennett played a good game, I think he needs to be called out for the penalties. He had 2 penalties in this game. One was huge. The other was significant too. And the team just felt like they wilted. We were stopping the run the whole game, and then in the fourth quarter, they were able to run the ball on us, and overtime they ran the ball on us. Sherman was, for the most part, did pretty well on A.J. Green. You're not going to stop A.J. Green every play, but at the end of the game, he did give up some stuff. But Sherman's another guy who did his job today, and it all goes to waste because you don't win. So there's nothing to say. The Bengals are a great team. I'm not surprised that we lost, but to have the 17-point lead in the fourth quarter and give it away is there's a lot to answer for this defense right now, because they're the side of the team that's supposed to be elite. They're the side of the team that's supposed to get the job done every week, and they're not doing it right now. Not even close. And I even want to get on here and talk about how the offensive line played a lot better, and they did. Offensive line played great in the first 3 quarters, but as the game went on, the back to the plays that kill them. Carlos Dunlap hit Wilson something like 6 times in this game. Near the end, the offensive line wasn't getting the push in the running game anymore. So I can't even really talk about those guys. They got better, but not by enough to get this win. Nothing else to say right now. It's frustrating. Have to win next week. Must win against the Panthers at home. And then I think the next 2 games are probably a must win as well. We got teams that are just going to get too far ahead of us. We got some teams to root for this evening, obviously, but right now, team has a lot to answer for. We're pretty lucky we're not 1-4. Of course, we're unlucky to not be 4-1. So I don't know, but today is a bad day, and there are a lot of players on this team who need to, take some heat this week. And in my opinion, if there's one guy you want to single out, it's right now Cam. But I'm not a coach. I'm just a fan. So better things next week. Right now, it just sucks. See you guys later.